Hey friends, welcome back to another video. My name is Emma LaFave, and today I'm going to teach you how to paint this really cute fireplace watercolor holiday card. So let's jump right in and start. Okay, so for today's holiday card tutorial, we're going to be painting a festive fireplace. And I just wanted to show you that I just bought this 50 pack of watercolor cards by Strathmore. Their paper's okay. I still tend to, depending on the design, not paint right on the cards. I find that they're not as great of a watercolor paper as actual like 100% cotton watercolor paper. So for this, I'm actually painting on, I think this is, I forget which one. It's a 100% cotton and it's better. I'm painting on this paper and then I'm going to be gluing it onto the card. But depending on the design, if it's like a really simple design, I might just do it right on the watercolor card. But for this one, I cut an extra piece of paper out. But I wanted to show you this 50 pack that I got because I'm definitely going to be using these over the holidays. I usually get the cheaper kind from Michael's, but I like how thick and sturdy these ones are. So I decided to splurge a little bit, and I think I got these off Amazon for like 40 bucks or something. So I will link it below. And then, like I said, we are going to be gluing it onto this card, so we don't need the card right now. And we're going to be painting on this small piece of paper. I have my Winsor Newton Professional Watercolors. I'm using my Emma LaFave size 6 round brush for this. And I'm also going to be doing some bricks. So I have this Princeton snap brush. It's a bright shader, but I just really like the shape of it. And it's perfect for bricks. You definitely don't need this brush. I like it just because it's easier and faster for me to do bricks, but you can definitely use a smaller brush, just the tip of this, to do those kind of brick shapes. And then lastly, I'm going to be sketching out the design first with my watercolor pencil in the color Venetian Red. And we're just going to get right to it. So I'm going to zoom you guys in so you can see a little bit better. And we're going to be doing a cute little fireplace. So, and at the bottom, I'm going to want to write warm wishes. So I'm going to make sure I leave some space there. So let's do just very rough kind of fireplace. It's going to be like a brick fireplace, nothing too modern. And I did test this design out first, and I didn't do it with a pencil, and it turned out okay, but I thought it'd be easier to explain it with a pencil. So I'm going to go like that. I'm just going to lightly sketch down here. We're just doing a rectangle kind of thing. Like that. And then we're going to have the mantle part up here. So I'm just going to make it a bit longer, like it's a big wood mantelpiece. And we're going to have like a greenery garland on the top. So just sketching this out. And it's good to sketch it out with a watercolor pencil if you have them, because once you add water to this, it will dissolve. If you use just a regular pencil, which I usually do, it's hard to get the pencil marks out from underneath. So I'm actually trying it with the pencil today. Okay. And then we're going to do the fireplace part in here. Like that. And then I'm just going to make some room for some stockings hanging. You don't have to add stockings. You can if you'd like. Totally up to you. I'm just going to do 2 stockings. 1. 2. And I'm going to make these stockings red, so it's okay that there's a little of that pencil mark in there. Like so. Okay. So we have our outline here. I'm going to be doing some, actually I think I might make this a little bit longer. I wonder if I can erase this pencil. I actually haven't used this for this before. Can you erase watercolor pencil? You can. Okay. That's good to know. That's good to know. You can erase it. I was worried about that for a second. Just because if I don't want any added color, if I don't need it. There we go. like so. Okay, I think that's good. So I'm going to start off with the fire part here. I know it's super light, but I really didn't want it dark. So I'm going to start off with the fire part. And for this, I am going to wet the whole inside. Let's get rid of that line, letting it dissolve. And it's okay if it's a little red. It will add to the ambiance of the fire, I think, and the bricks that will go around it after. Just going to wet all up in here. And we're going to do some wet on wet for this fire. So I'm going to grab some cadmium yellow, and I'm going to do kind of like a flame coming up this way. Like so. And then just kind of bring it out a bit to make it lighter, fading a bit. Okay, it's going to be a bit darker towards the center. I'm going to grab some orange, cadmium orange. Just put, oop, that's a lot, but that's okay. Just kind of move it around. And we're doing wet on wet, so it's not really a shape necessarily. Okay. Then I'm going to grab some burnt umber, and I'm just going to go around because the inside of the fireplace is brown. And we're going to have it gradually coming in. It's going to take off some of that pigment. Just slowly move it in. I want kind of this like glow around the fire. This whitish glow. So where that brown is going to meet that light yellow color. Like so. I'm going to bring some more of that yellow. Bring it out maybe. Like that. And now it's going to make it look a bit better by adding some darker brown. So I'm just grabbing some sepia, whatever it's called. And I'm just going to darken around the edges because the darkest part will be here where there would be a shadow. I don't usually tend to do a lot of lights and fires and paintings because they can be a little bit difficult. But we're giving it a go today. I did have to try this out first on my own. Again, just going to darken up some of those corners. Like so. And this is where good cotton paper comes in handy, so you don't get those weird bleeds or lines, like it blends really well. Okay. Like so. Okay. There we go. And then I'm just going to add in some wood here, and it's okay if it bleeds in a little bit. Some of the logs. We'll sharpen them up a bit more after. Just adding some of that brown in there. Like so. Okay. Like that. Okay, now let's move on to, actually let's do the mantle part. We're going to go over top of it after with some greenery. So I'm going to do it a nice light burnt umber color. And I'm just going to turn it this way because it's a little bit easier for me to do straight lines up and down rather than across. I'm going to go around that stocking. And this is why I did the sketch, so it's easier to kind of map out where I want the mantle. And we're just going lighter at the top a bit because, like I said, we're going to have some greenery up there. We don't want too much brown underneath the greenery. And we'll darken it down here a bit more. So let's just get our light wash on there. Oops. Actually, you know what? We might just make the whole thing brown. Do I want to do that? The whole fireplace a light brown. And then do the things after. I don't know. For now, let's just darken here. can even do some like wood grain kind of lines if you like. Give a little bit of texture to it. Like so. And I'm trying to think, do I want to do the bricks? I don't know. Maybe I'll do a light wash. I'm going to do a light wash of burnt umber all around here. Just going to go around those stockings. Just a really light wash so the in between the bricks won't be like a white. That might look a little weird. And I'm trying not to touch the inside of this fireplace because I don't want it to bleed together. Okay. Okay, so let's let this dry. Is it even? I mean, could be a bit more even, yeah? Sometimes you have to step back and like look. And if it's not even, it's an illustration, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. It's not realism. It's just a little watercolor illustration. So let's try and be kind to ourselves. Maybe I'll do just like a little bit of gray down here for the floor. Just a little bit. And then kind of blend it out. Just remember, we are going to write something down here. But I don't want it to look weird. Just being like a white ground. I don't know. All right. Okay, so let's let this completely dry. Or actually, hold on. No, I'm lying. I'm going to go back in with a little bit of yellow just to brighten this up a bit. And now it's kind of dry, so we can just kind of add some of that fire like that. Maybe a bit of orange. Like that. Okay, now we'll let it completely dry and we'll come right back. Okay, now for the detail, we are going to start with the stockings, I think, and you can make your stockings whatever color you like. I think I'm going to do some just red stockings here. Might add some white after at the top, I don't know yet. But I could always add that with gouache or whatever I want later. So I'm just going to start. And again, you don't have to do stockings. And this doesn't have to be a Christmas card, right? Like, I mean, it's a fireplace. I'm doing like a mantle with like a wreath, not a wreath, but like a garland and stuff, which makes it more Christmassy. But you can definitely, you know, eliminate that. Put some candles on top if you like, or just have some greenery because like that's winter. You don't have to do a stocking. Like, it really is subjective. And so when people say this is a Christmas card, not a holiday card, you can make it whatever you want. It's a fireplace. Fireplaces are not a Christmas thing. They are usually turned on when it's cold and it's winter. And it is winter in more places, in other places, not necessarily more, but other places that don't celebrate Christmas. And so that's cool. So you can call it a Christmas card. That's the beauty of making your own cards, is you can call them whatever you want. If I want to call them a holiday card, I will call them a holiday card. If I want to call it a Christmas card, I will call it a Christmas card. Depends on who I'm sending it to. You know what I mean? And this person that I'll send this to will celebrate Christmas because I am putting stockings on it. So that's how that's going to go. That's just my little rant for the day. Okay, so there are my stockings. Okay, and now I'm going to do the greenery on top. So I'm going to grab this pearline green and maybe some sap green. Do I want to do sap green? I'm going to do sap green first. And I'm just going to start with like little kind of branches like this, and they're falling over the fireplace, and then I'm going to do like little pine needles coming off of those, and I want it kind of like drooping. Okay, I know that looks weird. I'm starting off with my lighter color, and then I might go darker after. Okay, again, I'm turning my card because it's just easier for me to flick my wrist out that way. And on each of these little sprigs, I'm just going to do tiny little pine needles. Maybe grab some darker green. Yeah, I like my Perline green. That's one of my favorite greens. My Winsor Newton Professional collection. I love this. I love this green. Okay, we're just going to cover the whole mantle. Just using the tip of our brush and really light pressure and just flicking it out like so. So pretty. I wish I had a fireplace for this. We did at our old house, but we don't at the new one. Maybe one day. Turn it the other way. Flick. The last couple, like so. Cute. Okay, and then once that's dry, I might just do a light wash of green underneath or over top just so it looks like it's a bit more full. Okay, now we are going to grab a bit more brown, and I'm just going to do some kind of like wood grain. Just lines there. You don't have to do this. I'm just kind of testing it out, seeing if I like it. All right, like that. And now we're gonna get onto the bricks. Okay, so like I said, I'm using this brush, this bright shader. I don't know if you can see, bright shader. And it has this like flat tip. You don't have to use one of these, but you can if you have one. Or you can just use, I'll just show you quickly. You can just use the tip of this brush, and we're just gonna alternate between browns. You're just gonna do these little brick shapes. Okay, but like I said, I want to use this brush because it's a little bit easier to get that easy brick shape. Like that. And I'm just gonna alternate between like some black. I wonder if I should go around. I don't know yet. No, hold on. I don't know. So I'm gonna go from like burnt umber to some sepia, whatever. I'm going to take some of that color off, make it a little bit lighter. Like that. Just so they're kind of like different values and colors, and it just looks a little bit more not realistic, but I don't know. And my dog's about to barge in, I think. Or he's stuck outside my office and, oh, here he comes. Hi, Ollie. Like so. Just trying to go around the stocking like that. And this is probably like the most boring part, unless you kind of like that like tedious, slow work. I like to paint fast, so it's like, this is driving me nuts. I want to go faster, but patience, patience. Okay. So now you just get to watch me do this. Just trying to alternate. As you see, there's like a little spot up there. I might have to go a bit higher with a smaller brush. And for bricks, if you didn't notice, like I'm alternating them. So where two bricks meet, there's going to be one full brick over top, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? I think it does. All right, like that. This one could be darker. Okay, and then I'm just going to grab my size 6 brush. I'm just going to do some like half ones because you can't really see it under the mantle part. Lighter ones. Like that. And I feel like I should do some around the sides here. Actually, let's see. Maybe I'll grab this. Like kind of framing this. What if I just do like a little... I don't know. I don't know. Just doing little strokes. Like so. Then I think I'm just going to take the tip of this and I'm just going to kind of connect so it looks like it's all a wall there. I don't know. Like that. And like that. Then I'm just going to sharpen these up a bit with some little wood details. Like that. Cute. And then, like I said, with the greenery, I'm just going to take a light wash, and just kind of go over so it's like green behind. There's no white, so it looks a little bit fuller. Like so. And then I think I'm going to take my white ink here. I'm just going to do a little bit of white on the top of the stockings. Like it's like the fluff. Like so. Like that. And then once that greenery is dry, I'm going to do some gold dots, I think. You can either do it with paint. I'm going to use this Uniball Signo gold gel pen. Sorry, there we go. I love this thing. It's just like the white one I have, but they're really, really great for that. You can even do some like light white strokes in here just to make it even brighter if you want. Totally up to you. But while we're waiting, I'm going to write warm wishes in cursive. Like that. And then we'll wait a second for this to dry so I can do the little dots. This and just do some little gold dots in here. You could do like actual ornaments, candles, whatever you like. Then we are going to glue it on to our card. I'm just going to use a glue stick for now, but hot glue is a really good option. It's probably the stickiest way you can get on there. We'll see if this actually stays, and if it doesn't, I will hot glue it off camera probably. But for now, this is what I have right next to me. And then lastly, I'm going to take some gold watercolor, which I have right here. I have this little sample pack that I really like. And I think I'm going to do, should I do bronze or champagne? I feel like maybe champagne, or should I do the bright gold? Let's do the champagne. They're all so pretty, from KMS Watercolours. This is a sample pack, and she has really nice handmade watercolors. I'm just going to do a rough freehand border. It's like this bronzy kind of gold. And there you go. I actually really like how that turned out. I usually tend to do a lot more quick holiday cards on this channel that aren't too detailed or take a lot of time. And this is kind of the first one that took more time, so it was a lot of fun. I will be back at it with some that are really quick and easy that you could do last minute, but this was a really fun, and I think it turned out really beautifully, fireplace tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I really hope you liked it, and I hope you learned something. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and follow me on Instagram for even more. Have a great day, guys. Bye!